investigators on the Ghana Revenue Authority SML deal are demanding the publication of the full audit report from KPMG. President Akufo-Addo has given the Ghana Revenue Authority the go-ahead to continue the audit contract of the downstream petroleum sector with Strategic Mobilization Limited after receiving the report from KPMG. According to him, the deal is crucial in saving the country's resources. But the fourth estate, which exposed the anomalies in the contract, wants the full report published. Here's lead investigator Manasa Zuri Awene.
It is commendable that the president decided to look into it and certain actions have been taken. It is important to stress that the component of the contract that has been cancelled is the biggest component in terms of the revenue we are saving. The upstream, petroleum, and also the mining sector components of the contract, per our production figures as a country, we were going to pay about $90 million to KPMG every single year. So that angle has been, or component has been cancelled. So it is significant savings, in addition to some price verification aspect that has also been cancelled. Now, the part that has been kept is the downstream petroleum contract. And that one, the president based his decision to keep the contract on the basis that SML is checking under reporting and under declaration. If you watch our documentary, we put this question to SML and asked whether they were doing under reporting or they were checking under the reporting or under declaration. The company said they were doing none of those services.
It was on their website.
It was on their website, and after we confronted them, they deleted that information from their website. The GRA, which awarded the contract to SML, also told us that SML did not and does not check under reporting or under declaration. The most disturbing part of that contract is the measurement that SML's meters claim to be taken. Those measurements are not used for tax purposes by even the GRA, which contracted them. We asked the SML engineers, which of the recordings, the NPA has a system called the ERDMS that is connected to the customs system, the ICOMS. And it is the figures that go through the NPA system that are used for tax purposes. And SML's engineers explained that their meters, the SML meters, are non-intrusive. They are placed on the pipelines, but the meters at the depots that go through the NPA system that is used by customs, they take more accurate recording because they are intrusive. They take the exact measurement of petroleum product that goes through them. So the very basis for keeping that contract that SML is checking under declaration, under reporting, the company has said on record, and it is honored in our documentary, on camera, that we don't do those services.
So on what basis then will the presidency be acting by saying that that contract should rather go on when KPMG, and as we've watched in your documentary, have clearly alluded to the fact that they are not doing that work, and in fact, SML, I should say, and have in fact gone ahead to take down that aspect from their website. But here we see in the president's directives that that contract must stay. So what might be contributing to that, especially when KPMG is simply telling you don't have that? Do you see that maybe KPMG has been shown contracts, probably that have been signed, for which reason the president now said that should go on?
Well, I would be very measured in perhaps attacking KPMG until I see the KPMG report. Because I did a JIDA investigation, the president issued some directives on the JIDA report. But when the report itself was published, it was worse than what the presidency issued. This was in 2013. So with this experience, I'm a bit measured. But what we can say is that, look, it is good news to the Republic of Ghana that the upstream petroleum contract and the gold mining contracts are off the table.
So this is a story that is developing, and Strategic Mobilization Limited has in the last few hours issued a response So the controversy, essence of the response is what me and my colleague will be discussing. So what exactly is SML saying in response to the KPMG report and the recommendation from the presidency?
Well, Elton, the most important response that we've had from SML now is that this work that has been done by KPMG clearly affirms the quality of the work they do there, and that KPMG has ultimately affirmed that they are doing some incredible work that deserves to continue. And let me quote from some of the statements they do. They say that the need for SML service has been affirmed, and that KPMG confirmed the importance of the upstream and mineral agreements. SML further observes that a comprehensive need assessment in those sectors was previously conducted, which supports KPMG's findings that revenue assurance audit services are needed in this sector. But they proceed, however, to also take on certain aspects of KPMG's report that they think do not reflect accurately as to the facts. For instance, the allegation of impropriety. The KPMG report, for instance, talked about the quality of work that KPMG the SML may have done. At SMLC, they reject KPMG's assertion that it partially delivered on several requirements regarding the transaction audit service agreement, and that regarding the transaction audit services, SML delivered fully on its obligation as outlined in the contract. SML's productive performance was the basis for subsequent recommendation and awarding of the downstream petroleum audit contract. Again, the SML notes that KPMG spoke about the implementation of the downstream petroleum audit, where they talk about need assessment not having been done. Again, they reject that point from KPMG's report as well. But ultimately, they say that KPMG report has exonerated SML and confirmed the need for the company's proven services. They continue to say that despite the misleading information propagated by Manasseh Azuri-Awoni and the Further State, it is important to know that the independent report from KPMG, while containing some disputed and inaccurate statement, unequivocally confirmed the following: that one, there's no 10-year contract, there's no $100 million paid to SML, there's no duplication of work with respect to the work of the National Petroleum Authority, and the GRA has also awarded the 2023 consolidated contract to SML following due process. There
was an issue about $1 billion that's already been paid, and they are claiming that it's inaccurate.
Yes, in fact, if you look at the point one, that starts right from the SML statement. They say that the KPMG report debunks the false claim of $100 million having been paid to SML. And if you do the math of $100 million, it's just a little over 1 billion Ghana cedis paid to SML, and refutes the 10-year contract claim made by Manasseh Azuri-Awoni and the Fourth Estate. And then they have like to point out that the KPMG's finding, which suggests that these fees estimated to be paid under the 5-year consolidated contract average about 1 billion cedi per year, is also false.
All right, Kwaku, you stay with me because and this statement is signed by Yah Sewa Sapon, Director of Support Services, Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited. And of course, we'll have more on this in the days to follow, because this matter is just developing. Now.